When we have 3 variables, is 2 equations enough to solve for it? No, right? We say no and he tells you no, but let's actually look at why it's no.
One of the biggest things that I see when a kid sees a math question is you put a number on a page and you just start doing. Math is not just doing the numbers, it's about explaining what the numbers mean and coming up with an idea of a story so you can get a result.
So if we read a little bit more of the question, it says that Dan has $3 less than Pam.
We find it incredibly productive when the children visualize mathematical relationships. So you don't start computing until you know what is going on in the problem. You have to model that out.
We're gonna go ahead and open up today's problem.
We spent a lot of time on just the problem. What is the problem about? What are the mathematical relationships? Can I conceptualize?
So this is why we need the third equation. This is why sometimes when we do it, we need to make sure we read the question all the way through.
A kid should spend about 80% of their time conceptualizing the question. What is the question actually asking you to do? How do I set it up correctly? How do I look at it? How do I model my thinking?
The first statement says together that Pam plus Dan plus Sam has $31.
How do I, in some way, shape, or form, put down what I am thinking in my brain on a piece of paper?
You develop a plan in your head, and that way, like, going through the question, going through the problem is much easier for you.
You're gonna read through the 4 questions, decide whether you can use elimination and substitution, and then try to execute on 2 of this question.
And after that, the other 20% is actually doing it. So executing on whatever you develop and getting an answer and then double checking.
Shouldn't you subtract it the other way around? Yeah, subtract this one from this one.
It is time for number stories.
The plan of attack in math for first grade is similar to the plan of attack in every grade here at our school. We follow the 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time they are conceptualizing the question, 20% of the time they're answering the question and double checking.
How many pages did Katie put stickers on?
For first grade, we spent the 80 time on the rug together.
So as we're working together on the rug, we're gonna be rereading the problem. We're going to model any actions that we see throughout the problem that we have today.
We go sentence by sentence and we try to picture the action that's happening. And together we start creating a big story of what's happening with those stickers.
Katie had 35 stickers. She put 5 stickers on each page of her sticker book.
The plan of attack does help them understand that it's not just about reading the question and answering the question. If they are taking that time to read the question multiple times and reason through the question and figure out the actions in the story, then the answering portion and the double checking can easily be done.
From here, we'll get an answer of negative this and whatever the y is equal to. I'm not really worried about the answer right now. I'm really worried about the reason why we chose elimination.
And this is why in my classroom, I don't really care for the answer. They can double check once they have the answer. But what we really need to focus on is every minute in class, truthfully talk about why we set the things up so that when they see a problem, they have an idea of where to start to think.
A minus 4. It's true. You got it?